All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is Monday, October 16th. We got game 2 of the ALCS and game number 1 of the NLCS to jump into in today's video. Like we always do, I'm gonna go through both of these games. Each of them give you my lean or leans as we talk about it and break it down. But all of my final plays, what I'm actually rolling with myself, if you do want to fade me, those plays will be in the pinned comment. Last night, Houston loses 2-0. They do not get the job done there. Again, that was Verlander versus Montgomery, and the Texas Rangers get the best of them in game number 1. So hopefully we can bounce back today. I want to start off this championship series with a dub. We didn't, so let's get the ship back on track today. Like I said, we got game 2 of the ALCS to jump into. We got game number 1 of the NLCS to jump into. Before we do that, guys, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as well. Let me know what you guys are rolling with in the comments. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into game number 1. Houston taking on Texas here. Battle of Texas, right? Texas winning 2-0 yesterday. In terms of who's pitching today for Houston, as they are sitting at, not as heavy as yesterday, but still decently heavy favorites. -120 over on FanDuel right now. It's actually -130. So still heavy favorites here at home, which makes sense. But Framber Valdez on the mound for them here today. The lefty in his last 5 starts, the team is 2-3. He's got 3.4 ERA, which isn't all that great. In fact, their one loss in that Minnesota series was a game in which he came out and didn't really pitch all that well. 4 1/3 pitched, 7 hits, 5 earned runs here, averaging over 20 pitches per inning. Wasn't his best outing. On the season here against Texas, he's 1-2 here with a 4.32 ERA against them with a 1.56 whip. Now, one thing that is good that, is boding well for him and Houston is the fact that he's pitching from the left side here. In their last 30, Texas ranks dead last in terms of all MLB teams in average against lefties here at 167. They're 28th, so 3rd worst when it comes to WOBA, 22nd when it comes to on-base percentage. So lefty versus righty splits very, very important for this Texas team here. In their last 5, it looks terrible as well. They're only 276 on-base percentage, 2.6 runs per 9. So I think it's a tale of 2 different Texas teams a lot of the times when they face lefties. On the mound for Texas, is Nathan Eovaldi, who his last 5 also doesn't look all that great. 3.4 ERA, but so far through the playoffs, he's actually pitching really, really well. Back against Tampa Bay in that game, the wildcard game, 6 2/3 with 1 earned run through 6 2/3, like I said. And then his first start here in the playoffs after the wildcard was that rout of Texas to close out. 7 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 7 strikeouts there, 14 pitches per inning. So he's been pitching well, which gives Texas a little bit of life here. But I still am going to fade that left-handed, lineup against them. I like Houston tonight in a bounce-back spot to not up the series. Again, we talked about it in yesterday's video too. It didn't ring true, but we also are betting on the better bullpen here too as well with the Astros. So I like that aspect of it. In terms of the total 8.5, I'm still going to lean towards the under. I think Eovaldi is a great pitcher. He's going to shove, one of my favorite pitchers in the league. And you throw that in with, maybe he'll temper this Houston offense like last night, even though they probably do have a little bit of a logjam of runs waiting to be scored, right? Because they only scored 0 runs, and I think it was a low-scoring game in the closeout game against the Twins as well. So Houston's offense may be ready to score some runs, but hopefully Eovaldi can kind of temper it and hinder them to some degree, because I also like the under 8.5, like I said. So give me that Houston side of things to even the series up, and then also the under in this spot, because I think Eovaldi's going to shove, as well as the fact that I don't necessarily think Texas is going to be all that successful offensively. So keep an eye on the pinned comment to see which of those, or if both, or if either, become a final play. That'll be in the pinned comment again. All right, guys, before we jump into game number 2 here, I did want to talk to you about Outlier. If you don't know what Outlier is, well, you can go try it out. 7 days free with the link in the pinned comment. My favorite sports betting research tool on the market right now for player props, parlay building, all that stuff. They have you covered. We'll jump in here. This is the Outlier player prop screen. I have it filtered by strikeouts here. You can go in and analyze each player props given their trends, given the batters against. You can kind of see where they rank. There it is again. Last 30 for Texas, dead last in terms of their average. You can go through even the lineup against what the pitcher throws. So Framber Valdez throws a lot of sinkers, 46.5. How does this team fare well against them? Decently well. Cutter, changeup, curveball, changeup, all that stuff, guys. Make sure to go check out Outlier. It is a really good tool. What I just showed you there is like a portion of what you could be capitalizing on and seeing over on Outlier. So make sure to go check it out, guys. Again, that link is in the pinned comment. 7 days free. After that, it's $19.99 per month, which is still a steal in my opinion. Go check it out, guys. Again, link in the pinned comment. Let's get into the next game here. All right, game number 1 here of the NLCS. I can't talk. Philadelphia is at home here, coming off of a series against the Braves, in which honestly they kind of shocked the world. Like, I think people thought the Braves were a World Series team. I sure as hell did. They win that series in 4 games, winning 3-1 there. Arizona also shocked the world, sweeping the Dodgers. So you have 2 teams that, you know, some people may say, oh, these 2 teams are, you know, the Cinderella teams and all that. It doesn't matter. They're playing each other. Like, one of these teams is going to advance, right? Which is crazy because they knocked out the Dodgers and the Braves. But nonetheless, game number 1 here, Philadelphia sitting as pretty decent favorites at home, and I understand why. Both these teams throwing their best pitchers here. Zach Wheeler on the mound for Philadelphia, and then Zach Gallen, battle of the Zachs, on the mound for Arizona here. Wheeler, in his last 5, the team is 3-2. He's got a 1.6 ERA. So far through the playoffs, he's looked pretty good. 6 2/3 pitched against Miami in that wild card round, only 1 earned run, 8 strikeouts. And then in game number, I forget which game it was, but against Atlanta, that was game number 2, the game that Atlanta wins. He did his job though, 6 1/3 with 2 earned runs and 10 strikeouts there. The bullpen eventually kind of let Atlanta get to it, and that was the game which Bryce Harper got doubled up and lost. I think that was game number 2, right at the end. So Zach Wheeler's been pitching well, doing his thing. Zach Gallen, on the other hand, has been also, or not on the other hand, same hand, I guess. He's been pitching well as well, which, guys, just pitchers alone here makes me like the under. It does take away from the allure of it a little bit because it is a low line at 7.5, especially when, you know, Philadelphia has been scoring a million runs, you know, in certain games throughout the playoffs here. I think they had one big one against Miami and then one huge one, right, against Atlanta. So it's a little bit, you know, worrisome to see a 7.5. If this was 8.5, I'd be all over it. But nonetheless, my first lean in this game is going to be the under, mainly because of the 2 pitchers. And then sort of my second take on this would be that both these bullpens are fairly good. Available bullpen today for the Diamondbacks, 3.5 ERA, middle of the road, right? 1.2 whip, not all that bad. Again, we're talking bullpens here, and then sort of same numbers, 3.3 for Philadelphia for available bullpen ERA, and then 1.15 whip. So I think these bullpens can come in, and if both these pitchers pitch well, bullpens kind of carry this into a low-scoring game. Also, these offenses haven't looked that incredible against righties as of late either. In their last 10 against righties here, the Diamondbacks batting 199 for average, though both the on-base percentages for both teams are over 300. Still, those averages 199 for the Diamondbacks and then 227 for the Phillies. Now, both teams overperforming and over, you know, I guess exceeding expectations so far in the playoffs. So even those numbers, last 5, you know, you got to consider that there is a little bit of you know, timing in place and pressure situations in the playoffs. It's not all just average on base percentage, that type of thing. But either way, guys, the Phillies, you know, they have those big innings, they have those big hits and that type of thing, which worries me on the under. That's really the only thing here. Diamondbacks, I could see them going out there and scoring 3 runs today. You know, I think the Phillies could score 4. We catch this under, and obviously there's a slight lean towards Philadelphia. They're the home team. I think they're the hotter team. I think they had a harder task of beating the Braves, even though the Braves kind of crumbled. I think that, you know, going up against the Dodgers, you know, didn't seem, it's weird. They didn't seem totally real all year. They had a bunch of injuries, guys in and out. They had Julio Urias, you know, going to freaking damn near jail, even maybe he isn't jail, you know, so like they didn't seem as put together as the Braves. So I'm gonna chalk that up to the Phillies having a better quality series win against the Braves there, and maybe they have a little bit momentum on their end. But again, slight lean towards the Phillies. They are heavily favored, -160 right now, so even that in and of itself could keep us off of that. But yeah, I like the under in both games tonight. To recap, I like Houston to bounce back on the money line, and I also like the Phillies. So I like both unders and both home teams, both home favorites. We'll see how it goes, guys. But yeah, make sure to drop a like, hit that subscribe button as well. If you're still watching, guys, make sure to go ahead and comment 9 because we just made the 9-minute mark. Appreciate everybody out there that tunes in till the end, and I love reading all the comments and everything like that. So thank you guys so damn much. All right, we'll catch you guys in the next video. By the way, got a vacation coming up. The videos won't stop. We may not have any videos on Wednesday, which we'll have to look at the schedule here. But yeah, we're traveling, travel day Wednesday, and then we'll be on vacation, making vacation videos, you know, quicker ones of that like. But yeah, guys, we'll catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.